everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We're simulcasting our broadcast today on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. So we're glad that you all can be with us. And we have two very special guests that are joining us for this next segment. We have Kate and Chris Thurman joining us today. You guys know them as the host of Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans. We want to talk to them not only about what it's been like for them to be able to open up their platform and share the stories of others, but also how you can be a part of it as well. I've also teamed up with the Thurmans to offer a very special package for you guys. We're going to talk about that a little bit later and let you guys know where you can be able to not only watch them, but also stay connected too. But Chris, Kate, thanks again for the time. Really appreciate it.
Hey, Cyrus.
Hey, Cyrus, how you doing?
Thank you for having
Doing
us.
really good. Doing really good. Glad to have this exclusive with the two of you on Cyrus Webb Presents. Appreciate that. So, Chris, I want to start with you, man. This has really pushed you outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
But what
very
has it
much
been
so.
like for you the response to Graceful Gatherings already?
Well, I'm still coming out my shell,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I'm getting more and more excited about the things that we have going for the people, you know.
Yeah. And your love for the people is something that definitely comes through, Kate. And even outside of the show, I should let people know Kate is also a best-selling author. She's also a motivational speaker. She does a lot of other things as Chris does as well. But what has it been like for you, Kate, and to tie into what Chris said, to be able to offer this opportunity for the people and also give people something that they can watch and be inspired by?
Well, Cyrus, it feels good to know that, I say this to you all the time. Little girl from small town Demopolis, right? Demopolis, Alabama. And being able to have a platform where, I can offer affordable TV, affordable streaming TV with Zondra TV Network and being under Keep It Real TV, just being able to offer that to people and it be affordable is good to me because, Chris and I, we love giving back. So, from the nonprofit and being able to touch people in a way that's affordable, it means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the opportunity to be able to afford the things that we're able to offer people and, help them build their brands and just help inspire people to do the things that they love to do.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah, love that. So, Chris, when did your love of helping people or your desire to help people, maybe I asked that question, when did your desire to help people, when did that start for you?
I want to say at a very young age. I want to say I get it from my mom. She's very, very loving, kind, and just watching her and seeing how helping people made her feel like it was like a glow on her, and I always liked that. So, yeah, I got it from my mama.
Got you. And Kate, what about for yourself? When did you realize that helping other people, as you were just talking about, was something that you were interested in?
Honestly, like Chris, my mom is a giver. She'll give you the shirt off her back. But for me, it didn't only start with my mom. It started with not being able to afford the things that I wanted to afford coming up and knowing that, I also would give you the shirt off my back. I wanted to be able to be that person that people can lean on and come to. So when you have it rooted in from your parents, there are givers. And then it's something that even with Chris and I, even back when we dated, 27, 28 years ago, we were like this. And we just had a love of giving, not only to each other, but to others. And so when we grew up, it grew with us.
Yeah, I love that. And I think, too, for the work that we all do, you have to have that love of people. Yes, we're in business, I tell people, but you have to have a genuine desire to want to do something good for other people. It can't just be about what you can get out of it. So with that being said, Kate, I'll throw this question to you. Where did the idea for Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans, where did that come from?
So it started, I tell everybody all the time, I started with You Make a Difference TV. So one day I was sitting and I called Anita and I said, didn't you tell me you were going to be interviewing? She said, no, I didn't. But I have a lot of dreams and visions. So I said, well, you're going to be interviewing. What I didn't tell her is I saw her interviewing me on the platform with her. So like a week or two later, she called and she said, I never told you that. And she'll tell you. And she said, well, I've been talking to Lachelle about doing You Make a Difference TV. And she said, well, how about we do it together? So we talked about it, and I started out there. But it was, for me, it was more of, I felt like it was for her. So
Yeah.
for me, I felt like, it was something different, because Chris and I, we talked about it. And one day, I was praying, and I talked to him, and I called Michelle like 2 a.m. And I said, can you have more than one show? She said, you can have as many as you want. And so I told her what Chris and I were talking about. And, we started a nonprofit, and we were praying over it. And I was like, God told me. And I called her, I called Michelle, and we ended up doing Graceful Gatherings because we love to give. And I wanted to be able to have a platform, Chris and I, where people would come and they could just showcase what they're doing, their talents. And so it came from, just having that faith and, talking about it. It's like, okay, can we do this? We even put a poll out to our family and friends about the name. We were so excited.
Yeah. You didn't bring it straight down to me that I would be on there as well. I'm sitting there thinking the whole time I'm gonna be behind the camera.
Right.
It's not. She had me right there next to it.
So Chris, let's talk about that, because there may be other guys watching this, and maybe their wives or girlfriends are saying, hey, you know what, we ought to do this thing. I mean, what made it easy for you to say yes, Chris? Because it's not an easy thing what we do, to be able to show up like this, and to be on camera, and to know anything can happen, right? It's just the way things work. Anything can happen. What made it easier for you to say yes, Chris?
My wife.
Okay.
Yeah, just that simple. Yeah, because it's still hard for her, but it's getting easier.
Gotcha. Well, Chris, I'm glad you brought that up, because in other conversations, I want to say that I've had with Kate, she talked about in the beginning it was hard for her being out front. So, Kate, how did you, for people out there watching, how did you get over that fear, or did you just do it anyway, even with the fear?
I did it with the fear. Even sometimes now when I have interviews, I'm like, what are we gonna talk about? I hope I said it right. When I know you and I, we have an interview, I'm like, okay, I got Cyrus. Oh goodness, it's Cyrus. What are we gonna talk about? But it started out with Chanel. I'm always gonna talk about Chanel. I love Chanel. And with her always saying to me, you have a beautiful story, you have a voice, use your voice. We know that God doesn't operate, he doesn't give us fear. So I took that, because I know that's not what the word said. The word is not fear. So I knew I had to let go of that fear and just do it. So I would tell anyone and encourage anyone, just do it. Do it. If you feel like you're afraid to do it, pray about it first. And take God with you. And once you take God with you, there is no fear. You just gonna do it. Those little 20, 30 minutes or hours gonna go by so fast. You're gonna feel good in the end that, okay, I used my voice. I shared what I wanted to share, what I needed to share. I was supposed to share that. And so that helps me.
Right. So I want to talk more about the type of guest and also your audience. But I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, welcome. I see you guys over there on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Hello to you. If you guys have any questions or comments for the Thurmans, make sure you guys do put them in the chat. Well, you're watching Cyrus Webb Presents today. I'm speaking today with Chris and Kate Thurman. They're the host of the show Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans. We're going to let you guys know how to be able to watch some, but also how you can be a part of their show and be a guest. And I've actually teamed up with the Thurmans to offer a very special package. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. So, Kate, for people who are just finding out about Graceful Gathering, what is the objective of the show?
It's to bring on talented people who want to expand their business and their brand, and also be able to offer, let's say, for example, if you are a chef and you want to get the word out, you can also have, an opportunity to showcase your work. We want to be able to showcase everyone's work, talent in a positive way, because, this is a very positive program. So everything has to be positive. We just want to be able to do it affordable. And that was the reason why we wanted to do Graceful Gatherings. Not just have the interviews. We love the interviews, but we want to talk about your business and brands. And if anyone wants to come and showcase what they do, you can do it here as well.
Yeah. So, Chris, how does that feel to know that you along with Kate have created a platform where people can be seen? I mean, that is the big dream for a lot of people, to be on television. How does it feel, Chris, to have created a place where people can make that dream a reality?
I mean, it feels great, and in the process of doing it, them explaining their talent or the things that they do, the way they present it and everything. It's like the love in their eyes, and it's just great to see them with all their passion and being able to have everybody else see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then let's talk about the audience then, Kate. We talked about those who will be guests. Who is the ideal audience for Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans?
Christians, because it's faith-based. The whole network, Zandra TV network, she encourages positive programming. Anyone who can really afford to believe in themselves and help push their own self. We're here. We have the platform for you. Believe in what you do. Believe in your brand. This is the show for you.
Gotcha. And as I mentioned, we have teamed up to offer a very special deal for people who want to be a guest. And this is something that's very affordable that's going on right now through the summer. And so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about it. So this is what you're able to get. You're able to get an on-camera interview with the Thurmans, with Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans, but also you're able to get a 15-minute interview with myself on Conversations Live, the radio show, which is also heard on iHeartRadio, but also on other platforms as well. You're able to get this. The regular price you can see there is almost $400. You're able to get it right now for $250. And you're able to do that directly by contacting the Thurmans. You can see their email address right there. We're going to put that up again a little bit later, but this is a great way for you to be able to amplify your message, not only for television, but also radio. I want to talk about the reach for a second, Kate. Let's talk about that, because this is a pretty big audience people be able to reach on Graceful Gatherings. Talk to them about the platform and the reach of the platform.
So the reach, we have a potential to reach 350 million homes. We're in 197 countries. Isn't that big? That's a big reach.
Right.
You're on Amazon, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Roku, ZandraTVNetwork.com, and many other Comcast and local Comcast. I think it's Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. I think it's Philadelphia. Okay. I don't want to, but yeah, we're in a lot of places. Your local cable. So who wouldn't want to expand their brand and have that big reach of 350 million, 197 countries?
Right. Exactly. It's a great opportunity. And it's something that, again, like you mentioned, is affordable. And then that's something that they will be able to have to continue to use when it comes to promoting what they do in their services. So that's also what makes it so great. And the same with the radio as well. It is podcasted, so they can be able to have that as well, to be able to share that as well. So I want to talk about the opportunity for you all, because I think, for people who are watching this, they may say, you know what, I've always wanted to start a nonprofit. I always wanted to have my own network. I've always wanted to host my own show. How does it feel, Chris, to be an example to other people as to what they can do?
I mean, it feels great, because for me, being as shy as I am and not that much of a talker, they can see how I'm starting off very shy, but gradually getting better and better and better and more responsive to everything and more interactive with everything. Yeah. So, it gives them a chance to see, well, he wasn't that great, but look at him now,
Hey, look, we all start where we are, right? We all start where we are. Hey, what about for you? How does it feel to know that just by your living your dream and being obedient to that, doing it afraid, that you're able to show other people what they can do?
Well, like Chris said, it feels great. I'm very humble. I'm very, very humbled being able to live out my dream and doing it with the one that I love. Yeah. What better way to do it, right?
Right, right.
Being able to do it with the one that I love. Both of us, we're what we say behind the scenes, we're private people. You wouldn't believe it, right?
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. But knowing that this is what we're supposed to do, so we're being obedient and we're doing it out in the public eye. We're doing it afraid. we started out afraid because I'm not afraid. I just said that. That's right. I started out.
Yeah.
I'm shaking it off.
He's shaking it off. Okay, but we did it and we're doing it. We're just doing it. Who says that? I think it's Chanel. Do it afraid. Was in that Chanel that says that? I got to quote her. But when she said that in the past, it stuck with me. And then so now my conversations are, I don't do it afraid anymore. I just do it because God said to do it. Yeah. And I'm being obedient, and it feels great to be able to, offer this. And it's a wonderful feeling.
Right. No, I love that. Hello to you, Wendy. Going to be able to see you over there on the Facebook side. And it's a great reminder for all of us, too. So last thing I want to ask you guys about, then we're going to recap about the special, and that is about the wow moments of this. Chris, are you still having wow moments when you want to do an interview or watch the replay of the interviews? Are you still having those wow moments that's really me?
Yeah. I saw them like, oh, look at me, man. Oh, I did that just right. Yeah, it's still making my eyes go big.
What about you, Kate, at this point? I mean, you've done speaking, as I mentioned, you're an author, you've done things around the anthology you've been in. Do you still have those wow moments when you look back at the replay and see yourself?
Yep, I do. When the first set of episodes, when we uploaded them, when the network uploaded, I'm like, we on TV. Look who's on TV. I'm looking at myself on TV. I'm like, is that me? We did the interviews, right? But when you see yourself, I'm like, oh, we're on TV. That's us. We did that. And we're up there. The episodes run. They're on demand for 12 months. So when you film, I left that part out. We up there for 12 months. That's wonderful, right? On demand.
Yeah, and that's a great thing, and a great way for people to be able to not only to have a place where people can see them, but go back and watch them too as they're going throughout. So again, which makes this such a great opportunity. Again, everyone, Chris Thurman, Kate Thurman have been our guests, the host of Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans, and they've teamed up with me to offer you guys this great summer package so you guys can be a guest on Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans. Also get your interview on the radio show with me on Conversations Live for only $250. That again is almost it's a $400 value almost, but you guys get it for a $250. All you have to do is contact Graceful Gatherings. You see their email address there, gracefulgatherings811@gmail.com. Again, it's gracefulgatherings811@gmail.com. Or you can be able to reach out to them. They have a Facebook page. We have them tagged in on Facebook, as well as, of course, you can be able to contact Kate as well. Kate, let them know the best place to be able to find you. Is it Facebook?
Yes, Facebook or Graceful Gatherings 811@gmail.com. Or if you want to call us, it's 770-765-6641. That's the number that you can reach us at. Again, it's Facebook, and we have YouTube, and we have Instagram. So we are Graceful Gatherings on all of those platforms.
Love that.
Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to the two of you. Glad we had a chance to have the two of you on. Chris, you made it. See, you look at that. So now you've done interviews on this side. You've interviewed other people, and now you've been on this side. So look, congratulations to the two of you. Glad to be working with you all in the summer special, and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. All right. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, I'm Cyrus Webb saying thank you so much for being with us. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.